The wait is finally over. Dexter Resurrection Episode 10 has arrived, and it promises to push everything to its absolute limit. If you thought the previous episodes were intense, this finale will test Dexter in ways we've never seen before. The danger, the guilt, and the constant tug of his dark passenger collide in a storm of chaos, threatening to break him completely. Every choice Dexter has made this season builds toward this point, and now the question is, how much more blood, how much more loss, can he endure before everything collapses? From the opening moments, the tension is suffocating. Following the brutal events of the previous episode, the air is heavy with uncertainty. Angel Batista's fate hangs by a fragile thread, and Dexter feels the crushing weight of responsibility. This isn't just collateral damage, it's family, trust, loyalty. Dexter is confronted with the harsh truth: his life always leaves a trail of blood, no matter how carefully he follows his code. Meanwhile, Leon Prodder remains at large, a shadow that unsettles Dexter like never before. Prodder is more than dangerous, he's a reflection of Dexter's worst fears: recklessness, ruthlessness, and destruction without restraint. Harrison's storyline becomes pivotal in this finale. The father-son bond, complicated by secrets and shared darkness, faces its most critical test. Dexter wants to guide Harrison, teach him to channel his darkness without being consumed, but Harrison has his own path, a path that might clash catastrophically with Dexter's intentions. Their differences are poised to explode in Episode 10, forcing questions about whether Dexter can truly protect his son or if the darkness will drive them apart forever. Charlie also faces an impossible choice. Her loyalty to Prodder is faltering, and she stands at a crossroads with no easy answers. Stay with Prodder, risking her life as everything crumbles, or betray him and face his wrath? Either path carries danger, and her decision could very well determine the outcome of the finale. This tension mirrors the chaos surrounding Dexter himself. His own survival is uncertain, and the stakes have never been higher. Unlike past encounters with killers and cops, this episode feels final, an inescapable storm threatening everything Dexter has built. The first moments of the episode explore Angel's shooting, a turning point that is as much about emotional fallout as physical danger. Dexter has always separated his life from his kills, but Angel's injury shatters that illusion. Angel isn't a nameless victim, he's someone Dexter respects and trusts. If he dies, Dexter inherits yet another ghost on his conscience, reinforcing the series' exploration of guilt and the heavy cost of living with a dark passenger. Prodder embodies the ultimate challenge, dismantling not just Dexter's plans, but his very sense of identity. The predator has become the hunted, and Dexter must navigate a battlefield where every decision carries irreversible consequences. Harrison's arc takes center stage, pushing him into the spotlight like never before. He's no longer a side character, he's the embodiment of Dexter's legacy and the ultimate test of his choices. The boy carries the weight of inherited darkness, but unlike Dexter, he hasn't learned to control it. Harrison is raw, emotional, and unpredictable, and in Episode 10, every instinct he has could tip the scales toward disaster. Will he embrace the darkness within, following in his father's shadow, or will he resist, potentially severing the bond between them forever? Either path brings heartbreak, and that uncertainty fuels the tension that runs through the entire finale. Meanwhile, Charlie's storyline continues to escalate. Her loyalty has been wavering all season, but the finale turns that wavering into a life-or-death gamble. She faces the impossible decision: betray Prodder and risk immediate retaliation, or cling to him and become complicit in his twisted machinations. Both choices come with blood on her hands, and every second she hesitates adds to the suspense. Her arc demonstrates just how dangerous it is to be caught in the middle of Dexter's world. Standing still is the deadliest option of all. Dexter himself carries the heaviest burden. Years of living by his code, believing he could control his dark passenger, now come crashing down. Angel's shooting, Harrison's turmoil, and Prodder's unrelenting chaos force Dexter to confront the truth: control was never real. His carefully constructed mask is slipping, revealing a man who is cornered and vulnerable for the first time in years. Every skill, every plan, every calculated move is tested beyond its limit, and Dexter is left to navigate a battlefield where survival comes at a cost far greater than ever before. Prodder doesn't just threaten Dexter physically, he attacks psychologically, dismantling everything Dexter holds dear. By targeting Harrison, manipulating Charlie, and unraveling the trust between Dexter and those closest to him, Prodder proves himself the most dangerous adversary Dexter has ever faced. He doesn't follow rules, he creates chaos. The stakes are higher than any prior encounter, and the audience feels the tension in every frame. This isn't just a battle of wits or skill, it's a battle for identity, family, and legacy. Angel Batista's fate hangs like a sword over the entire episode. His survival, or lack thereof, represents far more than one man. If Angel dies, Dexter's denial shatters completely, a brutal reminder that no code can protect the people he loves. If Angel survives, his knowledge of Dexter's past poses a new threat, as secrets long buried could resurface at the worst possible moment. Either outcome adds layers of suspense, ensuring that the finale is as emotionally gripping as it is action-packed. Meanwhile, Harrison's journey and choices continue to intersect with Prodder's machinations, forcing father and son to confront the consequences of their darkness. The bond between them, strained to its breaking point, becomes a central pivot for the finale. Episode 10 relentlessly tests every character's morality, loyalty, and survival instincts, leaving the audience on edge. Every decision, every hesitation, every act of courage, or failure, ripples through Dexter's world with devastating consequences. As episode 10 nears its climax, the chaos converges. Dexter faces Prodder in a confrontation that is as psychological as it is physical. Every move Dexter makes is calculated, yet the uncertainty gnaws at him. Prodder thrives on unpredictability, dismantling Dexter's world piece by piece. The stakes are no longer just life or death, they are identity, legacy, and the very essence of what Dexter believes he is. Every decision could cost him more than just survival, it could destroy the fragile connections he has left. Harrison's choices reach their apex. The boy has been pushed, manipulated, and tested, and now his instincts dictate the outcome. Will he follow in Dexter's footsteps and embrace the darkness, or will he step away and defy the very legacy of blood he inherited? The tension is suffocating, because either choice brings irreversible consequences. If he aligns with his father, the path is violent, but the bond remains. If he resists, Dexter loses the only connection he has left, leaving a chasm that may never heal. Charlie's story reaches its critical turning point. She must decide whether to betray Prodder or cling to him, knowing that either path carries danger. Her loyalty is a double-edged sword, betrayal risks her life, while continued obedience risks her soul. Episode 10 puts her in the heart of the storm, forcing her to act with courage, cunning, and careful timing. Her decision will have repercussions not just for her own survival but for Dexter, Harrison, and the balance of power in this deadly game. Meanwhile, Angel Batista's fate looms over every scene. His survival is uncertain, and the suspense surrounding his condition amplifies the emotional stakes. Angel represents the life Dexter left behind, the thin line between monster and man. If he dies, it is a symbolic blow to Dexter's humanity. If he lives, he becomes a reminder of everything Dexter must hide, and a potential threat to his carefully maintained secrets. Either outcome ratchets up the tension, ensuring that the finale is as emotionally charged as it is violent. As the dust settles, the episode doesn't promise neat resolutions. Dexter's victories, if any, come at enormous cost. Even if Prodder is defeated, the damage done is irreversible. Lives are changed, relationships are shattered, and the shadow of Dexter's darkness continues to loom. Episode 10 is less about closure and more about the consequences of a life lived on the edge, a life defined by blood, secrets, and choices that cannot be undone. The finale drives home a single truth: nobody is safe. Harrison, Charlie, Angel, and Dexter himself are all exposed, vulnerable, and forced to confront the results of their actions. The suspense is unrelenting, the stakes impossibly high, and the consequences permanent. Even in survival, there is no victory, only the harsh reality that darkness leaves its mark, and that the cycle of blood and chaos is far from over. Dexter Resurrection Episode 10 is a masterclass in tension, consequence, and the exploration of legacy. Every choice, every confrontation, and every revelation leaves the audience questioning what justice, survival, and morality truly mean in Dexter's world. By the end, viewers are left breathless, uncertain, and haunted, understanding that for Dexter Morgan, the story never truly ends. The darkness remains, and the final act is just the beginning of another reckoning.